welcome to today's class. It's been quite a while since I did a class on a Saturday. I've not done one since December. So thank you and welcome. It's quite an easy class today, and I have a number of new people who are joining me/us today. So just to let you know, this video has been pre-recorded, but it's been uploaded as a premiere, which means you can log in excuse me, on YouTube, and you can chat along with us. Now, I will be here. I won't be crafting, but I'll be commenting along. So while you craft. And the great thing about doing it this way is that you can pause the video by pressing pause at the bottom of the screen. You can rewind if you drag your finger, if you drag the cursor back, and if you don't quite catch something that I say, then you can rewind, you can go to the loo, you can pause it, you can make a drink, whatever, answer the doorbell, there we go. Also, I'm here for chat, so if you don't hear what I say, then you can ask a question. And another thing is also, I have a few customers who are deaf, and they rely on me doing these videos with the closed captions, so I like to be able to offer a service to those lovely customers too. So let's go through your pack. I've not got my papers in here. You would have had your papers as well. Mine, I've just got what's left over from when I've cut yours. But in here, in your pack, hope you like your biscuit and your coffee. You will have 3 envelopes. I've not put myself 3 envelopes in. You've got a big card blank that's been scored for you. Now, I do get asked, which way do you fold it? And if you look one way, there's sort of like a ridge, so call that a mountain, so because it's a ridge up. The other way, there's like a dip where I've scored in, that's like a valley. So what we do is we have it valley with the valley showing, and then we make the valley into a mountain. Okay, so we fold it that way. So this is going to be for our big A5 card, so I'm going to put that to one side. Then I always put stuff in order, so if you've already opened your pack, yours might not be in the same order. Then we have a more or less 6-inch card, nice square card. And again, I'm going to put that to one side, and a standard A6 card, which is what we're going to start with. So there are your card bases, you've got your envelopes, and then you should have a large rectangle, that's for the big card. So if you want to pop that with the big card, then you should have 2 squares of black, sorry, the big piece is a black piece. You should have 2 squares in black, that's for the square middle card, the medium one. And then you have a white square, which goes with the one with the black square we've just done. And now, I've apologised to the people who this affects, but those who posted kits out to, I was so rushing to get the kits out that I forgot to put in a stitched rectangle for you, and I really do apologise for that. This stitched rectangle is for the large card. So I owe you a stitched rectangle. If you've got a piece of white card, I'll give you the measurements. You should have another piece of white that's for this small card, a punched out shape for that card, and then you've got some large black dots and some smaller ones, just a little selection. I think I've done you 4 and 3. That's what I've got anyway. So I'm going to start. And some of you purchased the stamp set that goes with it. You don't have to have this. It's raining really bad here. Oh, it's hailing actually on the window. Some of you can use your own sentiments. This is a really good one. If you want to purchase it afterwards, you can do. You've got nice greetings for the front of the card, and then you've got some nice greetings for inside. And let's get cracking. Yeah, should we get started? You need a trimmer. And if you're stamping, you need a black ink pad as well, which I've not got out. Have now. Okay, I'm just going to have a drink. So I'm probably likely to film these videos separately. I haven't decided if I'm going to upload them separately or just do them, match them all together. But anyway, I'll decide that when I see how long the video is. Okay, so for the small card, it's really, really easy. There's hardly any stamping today. There's lots of cutting out. Okay, so we're just going to do a really simple card, and this is the one where you need your small card base, your piece of white, small rectangle, and then the little punched out shape. And I'm going to cut some paper. Now for this card, I've decided, oh, I forgot to say, you also will have had 6 sheets of the lovely papers. For this card, I've decided to use this dark black pattern with a small pattern for the background to really make the flowers pop. Okay, so I will show you what that looks like. It's this one. On the back is this, and we don't need this for another card, so you will have had double the length of this. I've cut mine into 6 by 6. No, yeah. So the measurements are a standard A6 card, and you need to cut your paper to 10.5 by 14.8 and a sniff. It's sort of between 14.8 and 14.9. And that will then cover, she says, the front of your card. Okay? That's for the front of your card. I think I've cut mine a bit narrow. Unless I've cut my card big, I might have to trim that. Anyway, I might have to trim that. And then this piece, you can obviously measure this because this is what I've pre-cut, which is 8.5. And it will be 12.8, I'm guessing. Yeah. And the reason why I do this is this measurement, this is just crafting, a lot of crafting is maths. This measurement here is 10.5. So whenever I'm doing layers, I come in 0.5 or 1 or 1.5 or 2. So for this piece, this is 8.5 wide. So I've come in 2 centimetres. So there's a centimetre gap at each side. Okay, so what I want you to do is find your lovely patterned paper. Now, just to point out, there are a couple of different styles with these big flowers. There's this one, and it's with the big flowers. And I'm going to show you how you can tell the difference. There's this one and this one, and they look quite similar, but they're not. This one has got darker centres, and the leaves aren't quite as detailed. Okay, the backs are different. So we're going to use the one with the stripy background. Okay, and all we're going to do is we're going to cut this 0.5 centimetre smaller than the white piece. So we're going to cut it at 8 by 12.3. And that, according to my calculations, will fit there. Okay. And where I've put my piece, and then that will go on our, I mean, look how nicely that's just coming together already. And then what we're going to do, a nice little touch I thought, is with some of this that's left over, cut a slither off that's 1 centimetre. So I'm going to cut 1 centimetre off. Yep. And again, I'm going to cut that to 8 centimetres. And that's just going to go there like that. And it just makes the sentiment stand out a bit more. Yeah. Okay, so that's all our cutting for this one. Now, it's a bit tricky to get your sentiment on there, but we can always use the emergency side if we struggle. So I'm going to glue this on here. And it's not often I would do a white layer around a piece of, you know, predominantly white paper, but because, oh, that's moved. That moved. See if I can. Ah, Julie, I must have moved it. Let me trim a bit off because I've moved it. Whoopsie. That's better. It's not often I would do white layer, but because of the black paper behind, I think it stands out. So I'm just going to then glue this onto the black paper. You could do all this when it's on your actual card as well. And of course, some of my ladies, I've done this on purpose to make it a nice, easy class. Nice black and white, no stressing. Some people would want to colour this in, and that's fair enough. That's absolutely fine. And then this should stick on here, but I've cut my paper wrong, so I'm going to have to trim mine off, but that's fine too. Unless I've cut the cards wrong, and you might have to trim yours off. Honestly, I couldn't believe I forgot to put a piece of cards in. I had it all laid out for prepping as well, and I thought I was so organised to get them all out on Monday. I don't know why, but my card's on a little bit of a wonk. I'm just going to trim this off. Just trim it on my big trimmer. That's better. And then I just want to show you why I did this. You could put that there, yeah, but I think if you pop this underneath it, just think it has a bit more of an impact. So I'm going to stamp the happy birthday from the Happy Thoughts stamp set. I've got one shot. Normally, if I was doing this, I'd stamp on a bigger piece of card and then punch out. But we're doing this a tricky way, so I'm going to have a practice on here. It's a lovely, lovely stamp set, this one. At first, when I saw it, it was designed by a that's not bad. It was designed by a demonstrator. And at first I thought, oh, another greeting set, whoopee. But actually, the greetings are really nice in it. They're really, really nice. So I'm going to pop this about 1/3 of the way up on here, like that, about 1/3 of the way up. You could layer this up if you wanted to with some foam pads. That would look brilliant, but I wanted to do one as a flat card. You never know when you need a card that's sort of flat to go in the post, but I think I might pop this one up on some pads. Right, and there we have the first card done. I mean, I hope you've managed to make that easily. I do appreciate that I'm going to be quicker, and this is why you can pause and carry on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on and do card number 2. and then I'll probably give us a little break to get a cuppa and then do card 3 on a separate video. So there we have card 1. Okay, I'm just going to get, this is card 2, the square card. And for this one, you need the papers that you just cut down. Okay, you need that one with the stripes. Now you obviously had a bigger piece, so you should have more left than that. I've got another 6 by 6 piece there. And then you need the spotty piece. Okay, now let me find the spotty piece. The spotty piece has got this on the back and we don't need that. I love the spotty bit. Now let me measure this with my trusty ruler. Right, okay. So everything for the front has been cut out for you, that I've done for you. So your white layer sits here in your black layered square, and then this black piece will sit on the card. The only thing you need to cut for the background is the spotty papers, and then we're going to cut the flowers out. Yeah. So if you grab all the bits for card number 2, I'm going to cut this paper 13 centimeters square. Okay. And I'm going to glue this onto the black square. And then that can be glued onto the square card base. And as you can see, I've got quite a nice white border, and I do like to do that. I do like to have a strong, solid border on my cards. And if you've not used, oh, I've moved the paper again. Look like I've moved it again. It's not even. I'm not having the best time today, am I? Anyway, I don't know why I've cut my paper wonky again. Having a little bit of a nightmare with the wonky paper, because I can see the dots. Anyway, we'll forget that, never mind. You do it right, I'll do it wrong. So we can put that to one side, because what we're going to do now is we're going to grab the small square, and I'm going to put my sentiment in the middle first. And I'm doing that on purpose, and there's a reason why, before I do my flowers. So I'm going to just do this by eye, hopefully. Stamp straight down and then back up. Beautiful. At least I can stamp good. Can't cook well today, but I can stamp okay. Now the reason why I did it like that was because if I start putting my flowers in before I've done my sentiment, then I might not have left enough room for them. And what I've done on here is I've laid them up and sort of decoupaged them a little bit. And I wouldn't be able to stamp when they're sort of raised up. So what I'm going to do now, what's brilliant about these designs, even though I say so myself, is you can use the edges of the paper. You know, these papers are brilliant for cutting out. And you might look at that paper and think, oh, but Julie, you've only got one flower, 2 flowers there that are whole that you can use. Oh, no, 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 no. We are going to use the sides. We are going to use those straight edges, and we're going to cut out the flowers and use them on the side. Yeah, like that, you see. So have a look at what you've got. Now, if it's too big, it's fine because we can cut it down. So this is a nice double one, but it is a little bit big, but that's fine because we can cut some off. It's nice to, if you've got a corner one as well. I've got a corner one there. Yeah, which you can do on a corner. So maybe try that one. It'll be sort of potluck at how I've cut your papers for you. So I'm picking 4. You might not want to do 4. On here I've got 4. And then I'm just going to cut what we are just going to cut out. Yeah. And what I do is when I cut, I keep the scissors sort of in the same place, but and with my left hand, I'm moving the paper rather than moving my scissors. And I leave like a little white edge. Apparently it's good for the eyes. It's good for the eye when you're looking at your finished project. So what's going to happen, you see, is we're going to do something like that. Yeah? Or we're going to put it up there like that. But if it's too big, we can always trim a bit off. Yeah? You with me? So I want to give a shout out today to Pat, who's joining us for the first time, and to Karen, who's joining us for the first time, and to Sarah, who's joining us for the first time. I think I've got that right. I've not got my book here. And then say hi to Sue, and to Sally, and to Donna, and to Maria, and to Kathy, and to Fiona. And I'm hoping that I've got and Ali, sorry, yeah. I think I've got everybody there now. That was off the top of my head, so apologies if I missed you. Now you see that is too much, but that's fine because we can do something about that, yeah. And in fact, it probably will be better. That sort of looks the right way up like that. So I might even use that there and then trim it off. It's just a case of just sort of playing about with where you think they look best. And if you're not happy with them, I'll show you what you can do as well. If you're not happy that they're going the wrong way, or I'll show you another trick. Because it's all about the tips and tricks. Oh, in 25 minutes so far, I'm on our second card. So that one could go there, you see, like that. Now that one does look a bit like it's on its side, and it probably would be better to have one facing. It was fine there. I liked it there, but now I don't like it like that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to do 3. I'm going to cut that one there like that. I'm going to have that there. And then I've seen this one. Is it the same as that? Yeah. I've seen this one, which should go across the whole of the top, but it will probably be a bit big. you could also grab a whole one, yeah, and then cut it off on an angle as well. And that's a little tip for you. Okay, so I'm going to use this big piece. Now these leaves, I don't know if you can see, they have got like little bits where it goes in and out and in and out. I just go along. I don't spend hours over. I don't think anybody's going to chastise me if I give them a card and I've not gone ziggy-zaggy on the leaves. You see what I mean? You know, to cut in and out and in and out would be quite taxing. So I'm just go along in a curve. Okay, so you see what I mean now. If I laid that there, it's too big. So I can move it like this, and I think, yeah, I quite like it there like that. Yeah? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these two off. I'm going to think, right, I'm quite happy with it like that, yeah? I'm not going to glue it down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch it with my fingers and hold it down, turn it over, and then trim it. Careful not to cut the card. I'm going to trim it like that, yeah? And then I've got that, yeah? And I can do that with this one as well. So I'm going to do, I'm happy with that there. Yeah, and don't forget these pieces were like sort of waste at the edge of the paper anyway, so even though we're cutting a bit more off, now I've got that one there and the leaf is just poking down. Now I'm going to see what that looks like and see if it spoils the look if I have it hanging over the edge. Do you see what I mean? Or if they need to be squared off. I actually might quite like that, and you might like that on there. Okay, might keep that like it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this, and then I'm going to actually I've got my glue's dried up. Got the old glue bogey at the end of my glue. Right, one thing I could show you on here is what I have done. You might want to have a go on this one. Just I cut the leaf off, or I cut a leaf off, and then I cut another one out, and I tucked it underneath, so the leaf is actually glued on flat, and the rose is raised up over it. Right, where's all my flowers gone now? Be careful, because I just thought that looked like a scrap. And it was actually one of my flowers that I've cut out. So you could put these on flat, but the layered up look is quite nice for this effect. And what I'd like to do is have it just lined up to the white piece of card, and then the black stands out. So like that, yeah. does give it, it does look good when it's laid up with the foam pads. Gives it a bit of a, well, gives it a lift, yeah, of course it does, Julie. Literally. That's going to go there like that. And then that is that one there. So all the products that I'm using are Stampin' Up. Apart from 2 of your envelopes in your pack, the 2 large envelopes, we don't sell them that big, so I had to source some others. But everything else is Stampin' Up and available through myself. And then that's going to stick onto here. In the centre. So we've got a really nice border of spotty paper. And then you can choose to use some of your little black dots. Now, when I'm using these, I always tend to work in 3s or 5s, odd numbers, and just have a look at where your white space is. So you've got some larger ones. So I'm going to do a large one there. I'll do a small one there. And another one there. Okay, I do prefer my initial card rather than the one I've made today, but what I have done as well on my first card is I've done something on the inside. So I'm going to stamp this gorgeous greeting that says, today is great because it's all about you, the great person you are, the great things that you do. How gorgeous is that? I've not actually put the sticker on this back of this one to see what I'm doing. Which could be costly. So if you've got a greeting for inside, this would work. There we go. Oops, hit the camera then. And then what we can do is we can decorate the inside as well. So I've used a really big one here and done the corner. I've got this that's left over that I could pop in there. I could do more than one, or you could do it up here or there. You know, whatever you've got, you can decorate it. Decorate your inside as you wish with the papers that you've used, because you don't need this sheet for anything else, this one. So whatever you've got left on this one with the stripes and these papers, you don't need them, okay? So you can do what you want to do on the inside there, using the edges, and decorate it how you wish on the inside, depending on what message you've got for the greeting for the inside. That is if you have put something, but it would be nice to use them up, and I'd love to see photos of what you do with that one. So far we've made this one and this one. What time? So we've done about nearly 40 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you finish the inside of your card, I need to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to, obviously I'm not going to the bathroom on Saturday, but when I filmed this, which was Thursday, I am going to go to the loo now and make myself a drink, I think. And on Saturday, it will now be about 2:45, I would think. Yeah, it will be nearly 2:45. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you catch up with that card, with those cards, because I know I go quick, I go faster, but it is my job. And we're going to do the next card at 3 o'clock. So it will be on a separate video and it will go live at 3. And we're going to do this A5 card. Quite a bit of cutting out, and we're going to do that at 3 o'clock. All right, so I will see you. I'll see you at 3. Bye.